What would you do if one of your boys disrespected your lady?
I know what you will do.
My fist would disrespect his chin. Welcome to Cliff Alerts. Today we're going to be talking about OWN Network's reality-based TV series, Put a Ring on It, season number 4, episode number 4.
But before we get into it, please like, share, and subscribe. Please click that notification button and please send us your comments. And you guys don't have to comment on uh, brother brother's shirt because it's the most hideous thing I have seen. I've tried to put it in the archives, but he keeps pulling it out. So the next step after this point, it's gonna develop some legs.
And slide on up out of my wardrobe.
That's what I'm trying
Man,
to
that's
tell you.
cold-blooded, man. That's cold-blooded. Y'all ain't feeling the throwback? I can't do the throwback.
I mean, these are tapes.
We used to listen to all kinds of stuff on the tapes, on the boom box.
It's it's too much.
You ain't feeling it.
What is Paul gonna say?
Uh, I'm already expecting to hear from her and her sister.
So let's get into it. We start off with Coach Stacy breaking down what why Chance and Dunbar is no longer there, and she introduces a new couple to the mix. And
Zay and Jasmine.
right.
Jasmine and Zay.
And Jasmine and Zay came through, and they seemed to have an interesting past. They had their first date in Cancun, Mexico,
Hmm.
and immediately
They vibed one
they
another.
vibed one another. They like going out and exploring and experiencing new things. So that's good. But one of the issues that Jasmine is having with Zay is that when he starts drinking, he has no boundaries. And she has experienced a number of disrespectful incidents has occurred because of his drinking and because of his lack of boundaries. So
They're
that's
trying to get
why
that together.
they
That issue. Trying to
issue.
trying to deal with that issue as it relates to them moving forward as a
That's
couple.
correct.
Mhm.
They both have businesses, and Jay has
Zay.
Zay
Come on,
has
Fred. Come on, Fred. Too early for that, Fred.
Zay has a car wash with some girls available, and they're doing what girls do
At the car wash.
at the car wash that you can expect that they're doing. And he also has some sort of lounge as well. So Zay is surrounded by women, and Jasmine
In
doesn't
a
feel
business setting.
in a business setting, and she doesn't feel comfortable with that. And Zay is trying to get to the place where he makes her feel comfortable and assured that he is always going to be doing the right thing.
Would you feel comfortable if I was doing that? I was in that kind of setting
That
all
would
day.
be no.
I don't
That
see.
would be no.
I don't see
We
why.
wouldn't even be together.
Right. I don't see.
No, that's not my thing. That's not my vibe.
Right. I don't see why he would think that Jasmine would go for something like that.
Maybe I have not yet advanced to that point,
Okay.
but my whole vibe is for us to be on the pathway of peace, and pathway of peace where women are used to promote a business. Um,
Ain't gonna be no peace
ain't
as
gonna
long as
be
that
no
piece is a part
peace.
of the equation.
Thank you very much. Thank you for breaking it down.
Summarizing.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's just me. Anyway,
You like that depth explanation, didn't you?
yeah,
Okay.
that was pretty
Okay.
cool.
Pretty good.
Anyway, at this point, everyone is going out on a date,
Right.
including the newbies. We're gonna set it off with the first dates.
Yeah.
Jasmine is going on a date with Jeremy.
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 Jeremy. Hmm.
Jeremy showed up at the house, and
Mhm.
he is
He's a professional trainer, right?
yes,
And he's got his own, I guess, business
yes,
as it relates to that side business.
yes.
And okay, what
He
that
got
side?
on a shirt that's two sizes small. He's showing off the pecs.
Yeah, he's twisting the pecs and all of that for him.
Brother Zay decide that they could take a shot before they head out the house.
Yeah, and that was kind of strange, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It seemed like the drink was more for his benefit than Jeremy.
And
And
why would you hook a brother up with a shot when you know he's driving your lady out?
Brother Zay seemed to have more of an issue that's actually articulated, but we shall see.
Yeah, he does. He does seem to kind of project that, doesn't he?
Yeah,
And that's not a good thing.
profile and all, it's
Yeah,
there.
that's not a good thing.
So Ricky has an opportunity to go out with Sheila again.
Yep. Date number two.
Date number two.
They actually made their way to a Cajun New Orleans style restaurant.
Yeah, and they were talking it up. They were having a good time. Conversation was flowing. And we find out that they're both Capricorns.
Hmm.
And at one point, when the food came to the table, Sheila had some fish on her plate and she decided to serve Ricky, and he took a bite out of her fork. And meanwhile, in his confessional, he's saying that Catherine is not going to be pleased at that, but he wanted to do it.
And he did
So
it
there,
anyway.
there it is.
Right.
So
With no conscience.
we gotta call Ricky, aka Brother Slide, because we see some movement. There's a shift.
Right.
There's a shift that's going on. So
Right.
we just gonna go for broke and start calling him Ricky,
AKA
aka
Brother
Brother Slide.
Slide.
They both are experiencing an attraction with each other.
Hmm.
He knows in the back of his head that Catherine is on stage left waiting on his
Report. You know she gonna get one from him,
Lord have mercy.
and you know he better not come out of his mouth with anything wrong on that report.
At this point, we see Jasha and Brittany. He
Hmm.
went out on his date.
Hmm.
Brittany takes him to a scent shop where they can create their own candles.
Right.
So at first, Jasha was, a little hesitant, but Brittany is a touchy feely. She liked to put her hands on you, and she was touching. She was flirting. She was getting close. She was looking into the eyes, and he started commenting that she had a beautiful body, a beautiful smile. If he was a single dude, he could get with her. And they both had a glass of wine, and he was feeling no pain. He said they had a great energy going. And Brittany is a beautiful woman, and she was very complimentary to him. She wanted to touch his beard, and she was setting it off basically.
Yeah, and she also did something that was below the radar until it got home, and Keisha had to talk about it. Uh, Correct me if I'm wrong, but she named her candle for him Experience.
Experience.
No EX, just the X.
So we
Sending a
all
message to Miss Joya back at the house.
So when Jasha got home, he had his little candle with him, and first thing Joya spotted was,
A gift, a little
the
gift in the
gift, and
bag.
he said it was a gift for the house,
Mhm.
and they were talking about his date, and Joya was asking him questions, and he was, expanding that where they went, what they did, how they were flowing, and it came to the candle.
Hmm.
And Joya noticed that the candle was named Experience,
Hmm.
and immediately that woman, sensory system that we all have, the ladies have, she knew exactly.
It kicked
She
in.
she knew exactly the hidden message in that experience vibe, and she pointed that out to Jasha, but he wasn't feeling it at that time. And the more he talked about the date, he mentioned that she wanted to experience some new stuff.
Finally seemed like the light went off for Jasha when Joya pointed out what
The
the
ex,
experience name for the candle really meant to her.
he said he named his candle for her Flow because he liked their flow with each other. And Joy wasn't a fan of that either.
It's like you said, Joya's radar went up because she kind of sensed that, and she mentioned this in her confessional, that there was something that went on a little bit more than
That
what
she was not. She
that she was
was.
not privy to in the way of
Mm,
information
mm.
and or disclosure from Jasha.
Yeah, because in dealing with a man, he can have full blown conversations with someone for 5 hours. And when you ask him what happened, he'll tell you, like, oh, we went down the street. I'm to stop me when I'm lying. We girls already know there's a little more that he didn't
Reveal, shall we
reveal.
say.
So we already know where that candle is going.
Yeah, the trash receptacle is going to experience that candle.
Thank you very much. So we now pivot to Jasmine and her date with
Jeremy.
Jeremy. And what did Jeremy have to say? A business idea he wanted to lay out for her?
Yeah, he actually shared with her his vision of having a side business, side hustle, where he gets shirtless, okay, and wears an apron and cooks for some of his clients.
Is she gonna be okay with something like that? Jasmine said a naked chef, and
Naked chef.
she don't want pubic hair in her food, which is repulsive in itself. There are people out there who go to people's homes and they cook
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
butt
sure that.
naked.
Yeah.
Want pubic hair in her food.
I can't say I blame her for that.
Said in her confessional that his father must be a Mississippi pimp, and
Now,
that's where he got his skill set.
yeah, Mississippi pimping, something like that. Eh?
Yeah, something like that.
And I'm like, oh my goodness.
So basically, Jasmine was not impressed with Jeremy. She thinks that he's saying all the right things.
Yeah.
And,
And that he also does, does the guy thing where when they meet somebody new and says all the things that he thinks that they want to hear.
exactly.
Jasmine ain't hearing that.
Now, she could sniff out a joker because she got one at the house. Catherine is walking the dog. She's feeling no pain. The location is beautiful, a lot of trees. Ricky starts telling her about his date with Sheila.
Yeah, when Ricky got back home from his date with his second date with Sheila, he made it a point to reiterate that he really had a good time.
Nothing's wrong with that. He's supposed to tell her how the date went. She listened to him as they had a conversation on the porch. Ricky said that the date was fine. He had a good
He
time.
said that during the courses of their meal that Sheila fed him, and that he agreed with it.
And do you think she was happy to hear that?
If I were gauging that on Catherine's facial expressions, I would say hell no.
Coach visits Zay and
Jasmine.
Jasmine at their home. And then Zay and Jasmine, they're talking in the kitchen as to what to say, what to reveal, so they can try to get it right. So the coach comes through, happy to be there, lovely home. She sits down and asks, she says she likes both of them because of how they met. They seem adventurous, but what's the problem here? And Jasmine reveals that one of Zay's friends disrespected her in front of everyone.
Yeah, it was a strange incident and one that I don't understand how Zay allowed to happen. Um, you know, and I don't understand why he is even friends with his boy because he revealed that his buddy actually said in a conversation to his lady Jasmine that he would slap her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute, and you didn't try to do a whole lot more than just slap him when he said that to your lady?
She indicated that his boy apologized to him, but
But not
he
to her.
never apologized to that made her sort of evaluate whether Zay was more interested in her than a friendship with his friend
I don't know whether
because he never really defended her.
Yeah, I don't know whether alcohol was involved in as
I'm
part of
sure it
that
was.
conversation, but it doesn't matter to me. I mean, you can't, you can't have somebody like that, somebody like your boy crossing that kind of line with your lady. And I would think that that would be understood, but for him to say something stupid like that
Yeah,
to Jasmine and be Zay's boy,
and
and
still coming around them.
right, I
I
can't
don't
see that.
think a lot of men out there is gonna let that play out the way they allowed that to play out.
I would agree with him. I would definitely agree with that.
Somebody would be tightened up,
So
one way
fresh,
or the other.
hooked up, you know.
And Jasmine, I guess she wants a public apology because the disrespect happened in public with all their friends.
Well, it clearly kind of stuck with her, like you said, and wounded her. And it's surprising to me that he didn't recognize that.
Yes. So there it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, and that needs to be addressed for
Yes.
sure.
We shall see you guys next week. For all who are celebrating this year, um, today, happy Easter, happy
Pressure.
Ramadan, happy Passover.
Yes.
We send you love, we send you peace, we send you blessings, and we send you our hope and prayer that you're blessed, you're protected, and that your children are blessed and protected as well. We leave you in peace. God bless.
Throwback's gonna make its return sometime in the future. I don't know when though.
I'm going to search the archives for a little bit more because there are a lot of them. Something leaving the house. That's all I'm going to say. Who loves you, baby?
That would be you.
Amen.